Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show here on the WZWA Network. I'm your host with the most on the West Coast, California in Fury, and I'm very excited to be with you here tonight. It's midnight, and I'm here with my co-host, Jack Wallace, Mr. 55 Alive. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing very well, and I'm very excited as well. And we got our first tag team on the podcast tonight, an extremely fucking awesome one too. Pretty good. Had some good laughs, sending each other some links back and forth with these guys and their awesome careers and some of the awesome stuff that they did. But other than that, we are midnight, having a couple of drinks.
Yeah, I've got my red wine, bro. I'm ready to go. And I'm excited, mate. You know how difficult it is getting one person on the show. We managed to get two guys at the same time, and they're both in different time zones to each other as well as us. So we've done well.
Good on you. Good on you, Carl. California.
Thank you, pat on the back. I'll do the old Barry Horowitz. Okay, so without any further ado, it's my honor, my privilege to introduce to everyone here on the show. They are 16-time USWA Tag Team Champions. They are JC Ice, Jamie Dundee, Wolfie D, PG-13. How you going, boys?
What's going on, bro?
I'm very well. It's 10 a.m. I'm going to have a beer with you guys. It's 10 Sunday morning.
That's what we were expecting.
So,
Our doobies alive. Can we smoke pot on this podcast? Is this a podcast or a podcast?
Dude, go for your fucking life. Go for it. I might even pop off to the side.
I just woke up and I got a morning joint, man, or shit happens in the world, but it's prescribed. I got a medical card.
Go for your life. I might even pop off to the side and do the same thing in a little while. We'll see how we go.
That's going to be a long ass joint if I'm going to hand it from here to Australia.
Oh, dude. I'll have my hand out the window for you. I wanted to kick off the show tonight.
Right, okay.
I wanted to kick off the show tonight by just the sort of usual question we ask everyone on the show, and that is how you guys became wrestling fans. What about wrestling sucked you in?
You'll go first, John.
Yeah.
All right. My stepfather came into my life when I was about 8 years old, and he was a big wrestling fan and he watched Memphis wrestling. I lived in Nashville. He watched Memphis wrestling every Saturday morning. And basically I sat there with him and watched it every Saturday morning. And honestly, I really can't remember a time when I didn't say, that's what I want to do with my life right there. It was a pretty quick decision for me.
Wow, cool.
It's usually the case. As soon as you see it, you love it and want to have it in your life. What about you, Jamie?
Well, my father was a wrestler named Bill Dundee, and he came from Australia to America in 1975. So I'm Australian by birth, but I'm a Sheila is, and I know what a bloke is. And I know a lot of Australian ways, but my dad came from Australia to America to wrestle. And so I just became what else was I going to do? I was the son of the wrestler, and that's all I knew was wrestling. So I guess I figured, hell, I better try to be a wrestler. So I started selling kisses to fat chicks for $1 when I was 8 years old. And that's when I knew this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Wicked. And where did you both train, and how did you guys actually both end up meeting?
I trained, Gypsy Joe trained me. My stepfather and another guy named Rick Reynolds, they were going to him to get trained, and then I found out about it, and I ended up going with them. And we trained in a barn in West Nashville. Smelled like cat piss, where it had been out in the elements for so long. It had garden hoses for ropes. It had no canvas. It was just carpet. Like I said, nasty as hell. But yeah, Joe trained me there, and they pretty much threw me in the ring pretty quick. I probably didn't train for, maybe a total of 10, 12 hours or something like that. I mean, everything they showed me, I got it pretty quick, and they were anxious to throw me in the ring. And me and Jamie met in Hartsville, Tennessee, wrestled each other. I was called Airwolf, and he was Jamie Dundee, and we just we had good matches against each other. And then it was Chris Champion, the Ninja Turtle, Wildside, or what was it? New Breed Chris Champion. He told us we should be a tag team because I started.
Chris Champion.
Yeah, I started doing the Wolfie D thing before Jamie actually joined me, and we came up with PG-13.
Awesome, man. And so what was the sort of the genesis and idea of sort of forming a team? And you sort of briefly sort of explained it there, but what was the idea behind the name sort of PG-13 and the idea behind that whole sort of, because it was very sort of edgy for its time. So what was the idea behind that in the genesis?
Man, honestly, I was a huge rap fan back then, 80s rap, NWA and all that. And this may sound crazy as shit, but I was actually on the toilet taking a shit. And I was sitting there with a notepad, and I was trying to come up with a name for me and him. And it was just, two white rappers. Chris Champion had kind of done a Ugly Kid Joe sort of gimmick he was doing. I Hate Everything About You, that song. That was kind of hot at the time. And Chris was wearing shorts, but it was not the rap sort of deal. And me and Chris were cool as shit. And I just kind of took it from there and came up with the whole Wolfie D thing and, being a rapper. And the hubcap actually came, we were at a show in Shelbyville and we needed a finish. And Chris actually, the dressing room was like a junk pile, like just, shit everywhere. And Chris saw the hubcap and the whole Flavor Flav, he wore the clock.
Yeah.
So and Chris said, here, hit him with this. So that just kind of became a thing. But the whole thing, I was on the toilet, man. I was writing down, okay, parental discretion advised. That was an NWA song. And I was kind of Hip Hop Express. All kinds of weird shit. But then for some reason, I don't know, I came up with PG-13. I was like, that sticks, man, because it's not a whole word. It's got 2 letters and 2 numbers. It's kind of different. So I went with that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It really does stand out. And I wanted to throw this question to Jamie. When, obviously your father is Bill Dundee. You've got some big shoes to fill there. And you totally go a separate way than the gimmick and character he would portray, doing the rap thing in PG-13. What did your father think of you going down this road with this gimmick?
Well, it started in 1988 when Ice was hot, and he had a lot of heat for being a white boy and a little rich white boy that wanted to be a thug rapper. So that's what I said. Well, I would just be JC Ice. Well, my dad actually said, why don't you be JC Ice, like Vanilla Ice? Because we turned heel on Bill, and I brought in Stone Cold Steve Austin and Doug Gilbert and Tony Anthony, and I kept bringing in different guys, and Bill, of course, would beat them, and we'd send them down the road, and I bring in another, and we just and so that gimmick that I kind of started there as the rebellious son, which really wasn't a gimmick. It was just a 19-year-old kid against his 50-year-old man who didn't know nothing, and so then we just accumulated that into JC Ice and Wolfie D, so they still kind of all went together. It just ran right into it because, went from the white rapper unruly child to the 22-year-old unrapper, chasing a dream kind of deal. So it fit. It all went in hand in hand. It went well, actually.
Yeah, I could tell just through my research that you guys really did set USWA on fire with what you guys were doing down there, and you got to work with the likes of Brian Christopher and the Headbangers, Road Dogg, Tracy Smothers. Do you have any stories of those early days with all of those guys and partying and being young and having fun?
Wolfie does. I don't have none. Wolfie's got them all.
No, this is Jamie's territory right here.
No. I've never been lost for words. Tracy Smothers is not here to defend himself. Brian Christopher's not here to defend himself. I just don't know if I can answer any of these questions without incriminating people. Fuck, that's a hard question. We have so many, man, that I don't know what to fucking say. I'm lost for words for
we had one half of the
a hell of a story about Puerto Rico and Wolfie. We got a good Wolfie story in Puerto Rico. Tell him that story, Wolfie.
That's even better.
Oh,
The Armadito Santiago story.
yeah, Puerto Rico story was
Armadito
so
Santiago.
we get down there, Dutch booking, and Dutch told us, he said, go out there. I need you guys to get over. We were heels. He said, I need you guys to get over strong. And today I know really more of what that means than I did in 1994 when I was 20 years old. But he said, don't take nothing. I need you to get over. And me and Jamie go out there, and I gave the guy a little bit, you know, obviously more than Dutch wanted. And so we come back, and he's, God damn it, I told you motherfuckers not to get, how the fuck am I supposed to get you over if you're out there selling for these fucking job guys, God, blah, 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 blah. So all week long, and TV was taped on a Wednesday, and so all week long, I get ribbed about it. Oh, you let Armadito do this and do that. You thought he was going to beat you up and blah, 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 blah. So Dutch books us against them the very next week on TV, the same two guys. And like I said, they were job guys. They're, you know, plain tights, no ring jackets.
They were cops. They were police officers.
Oh, he was a security guard on the side, like kind of like a rent-a-car.
Close enough. He had a gun.
so all week, you know, I know I got to wrestle this guy again. I'm thinking, man, and I've heard all the stories, Brody getting killed and the Batten twins getting locked up and all this shit. So I'm in my mind, I'm going to jail. I'm dying, all this shit. So I'm thinking, I do this motherfucker to not get beat up down here in fucking Puerto Rico, because he was a big dude. I mean, he really was.
He was a big dude.
I went down to the Blue Dolphin. It was a little hop, skip, and a jump from the what was the name of that hotel, Jamie, that we lived at?
The Dahlia.
The Dahlia. Yeah,
Dahlia.
cockroach, big as your fucking foot and everything. So that's where everybody stayed. But anyway, so I would walk down to the Blue Dolphin and I would start drinking. The show didn't start till what? They started at 9 there, didn't they? 9 at night or something.
Yeah. The sun didn't go down until 8 o'clock or something, so 9:30, some shit.
Yeah. So I go down there and I start drinking, and I'm thinking, drinking and thinking, and
That's danger.
So I come up with the idea, I'm gonna put Icy Hot on my fucking fingers and not let nobody see it, straight to shoot. So we go to the ring. I don't even think I don't know if I told Jamie about it, but we get out there and I locked up with the sumbitch and I said, take my arm. We took my arm. I dug that Icy Hot in his fucking eyes. And he couldn't see it. I started just wailing on him. Bam, 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 bam. So he's bleeding. He fucking rolls out of the ring. The people knew what was up. They knew something wasn't, you know, a choreographed fight there or whatever. So they were hyped. This motherfucker goes back to the dressing room. Me and Jamie go back to the dressing room, and everybody's pissed at me. They're like,
they turned on us, the motherfuckers. They turned on us, man.
So all of a sudden, me and Jamie look out in the arena, and there's about fucking 15 to 20 cops with shields and face masks and batons, like surrounding the inside of So I'll never forget.
Go, Wolfie, we gotta go. Get out of here.
Amy sits on the toilet and pulls his feet. And he's sitting on the toilet going,
I'm climbing out the window.
I ain't going.
God damn it, we ain't going. I said, I'm climbing out the fucking window. They're going to kill me right now. I'm going to fucking jail here, bro.
So the deal was that we didn't realize, those cops were actually there to protect us, because wasn't it Joe Vica that called him?
Yeah.
So this guy, when he went back,
yeah, and because he had the gun, he pulled his gun
out and he said, I killed the Wolfie. So Joe Vica thought this guy was going to literally shoot me. And it was, you know, the dressing rooms weren't connected.
Wolfie, he was literally going to shoot you.
Yes, he was going to shoot me.
No,
the cop there, and they escorted me and Jamie to our car, got us to the car, to the hotel. And I'll never forget, the next morning, it was raining, and I walked outside the Dahlia. It was very early in the morning. It was raining, and there was a payphone. And I'm standing in the street getting rained on, and I called Dutch. And I said, Dutch, I said, what should I do? And he said, well, Wolfie, I ain't got your back on this one. He said, you put icy hot.
Well, gee, thanks.
And I hung up the phone. I went to the airport, and I went straight to fuck home. And the story goes, and Jamie will tell you the rest of it today.
Yeah, and the story goes, I'm laying in the fucking bed, and they're beating on my door. Boom, 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 boom. And I said, oh, fuck, man. I get up, I go to the door, and I open up the door, and he says, Ice, you fight with honor, amigo. You protect your friend, but I come to kill the Wolfie. I said, bro, Wolfie's gone, man. Well, I don't know much Spanish. I know how to say cocaine, chicken, and fucking milk. And I said something about cocaine, chicken, and milk, and Vamanos. He's gone, brother. He's out of here. And so he's like, the Wolfie, he put something in my eye, but you, Ice, you fight with freedom or honor or some bullshit. And I was like, I'm so fucking glad. And so that was a Puerto Rico story for PG-13, and they even get better than that, but I don't remember many of them.
That was fucking incredible.
Yeah. It's probably the most dangerous story we've had so far. Over to you, Jack.
That's incredible.
I'll tell you another fucking story I do remember, if you'd like to hear a WCW story.
Sure.
Oh, man, go for it.
Sure. Well, story short, we get on the airplane and I eat a whole bunch of Valiums and Xanaxes and shit, right? And so I'm nodding off and stuff. And so when I get to the connecting flight, I tell the chick, I go, yo, bitch, I'm fixing to lay down right here. And when the next connecting flight comes, you wake me up and you make sure I get on this plane. And the little stewardess chick, whatever's right there. And then she's like, okay. So I lay down and I wake up and the whole place is empty, man. It's completely, there's nobody there, man. So I jump up and I say, you fucking stupid bitch. I start hammering her. I'm cussing her. You dumb cunt. I got to catch a connecting flight. Yeah. And the police come, and the reason they come is because it only been about 10 minutes. It hadn't been no fucking 5 hours, and the plane hadn't got there, but I just wouldn't listen to the chick. So I'm hammering her, so the cops come, and they put me in handcuffs. And the road dog, Jesse, and Brad Armstrong, and Steve Armstrong are at the Starbucks getting coffee. So, and they just happen to be in the airport. You know, they're working for WWF, but we're in WCW, but they happen to be in the airport. So they come over and they say, look, we'll take him with us, officers, if you just let him go. Said he's got a lot of jet lag right now. We just flew back in from Germany. He said he's jet lagged. Said we'll take him over here and get some coffee, and we will sober him up, and we'll make sure he gets on the next plane, you know, from the jet lag, and send him home. And them cops are like, okay, that's fine. So they unhandcuff me, and I start rubbing my wrist, and I say to Jesse, well, you know, Jesse, the only thing the North won when they won this fucking war was these greasy nigger cops, bro. They slammed me on the ground, started kicking the shit out of me, threw me in the back of the cop car and drug my ass off to jail. And guess what? When we got to jail, I said, what am I being arrested for, you greasy fucking N-word motherfuckers? And they said, for public intoxication. So I blow in the fucking drunk tube and it goes 0, 0, 0, 0. And I go, oh, motherfucker, you fucking greasy nigger motherfucker. I start hammering them, bro. And I hammer these motherfuckers and I make them drive me all the way back to the airport, buy me a hotel room, buy me something to eat, and wake me up and put me on my next plane, or I am going to sue the fuck out of your police department. And that's what them poor gentlemen had to do. And I just want to tell them I'm sorry today.
That's great.
But I mean, brother, if that would have been the South, them police would have pulled over and beat the shit out of me and left me laying on the side of the road. But them gentlemen took it with stride, bro. But that was one of my finer moments in life. Yeah, don't do Xanaxes, kids.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. So September 25, 95, sort of getting back on track a little bit. You two performed on Monday Night Raw and got a win over Al Brown and Sonny Rogers. How did this opportunity come about? I mean, working for the WWF would have been an amazing opportunity for you two.
Lawler got us there. Lawler liked us, man. He got us there.
Well, Cornette actually got it in stone, but Lawler kind of took it. I didn't know nothing about it. Next thing I know, Wolfie's like, hey, man, we're going to go over here and write this rap song. We got to quit smoking pot, Dundee. I'm
No,
like, oh,
Jamie,
fuck, man, I can't quit smoking pot.
you're getting ahead of yourself there, because no, the first when we went and worked the Smoking Guns and got
Oh,
that,
yeah, 95. Yeah, I'm
Man.
sorry. You're right. You're right. Not the Nation of Yeah, you're right. Lawler got us that gig.
that was Cornette. That was Cornette doing that for us,
Yeah,
getting us the
Right.
Nation of Domination rapper gig. But no, the first time up was
Right.
completely, and he liked us, and quite honestly, I've said this 100 times, we were just ahead of our time there, because the only reason they didn't keep us, because they liked our work, they loved the gimmick, they kept put other people in the gimmick, because they thought we were too small and too crazy outside
Brian
of the ring.
Christopher and Scotty Too Hottie, our gimmick.
Yep.
John Cena, they're all in our gimmick.
Yeah.
And
Fair point.
honestly, the Mexican lightweight invasion hadn't happened as of 1995 when we went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we're on Raw. That hadn't happened yet.
The 1, 2, 3 kid was the only little guy ever, like before we went there, I think.
Yeah.
Was the 1, 2, 3 kid, wasn't
What Bruce Pritchard told them. He said, I love it, but they're too small. And so we didn't get to stay. Jamie, you want to tell about Watts calling you that time, right after that?
Yeah,
Remember
because Bill Watts, when my dad was Bill Watts' booker, and Bill Watts was really high. See, that was another thing. If he would have still stayed there, I believe we would have still had a job. But he left like the fucking next week after we did that tryout thing. Remember, he disappeared and he quit the company or whatever the fuck. But he said he wanted, like, hey boys, I need y'all to be the Rock and Roll Express, man. There's a lot of money in two young good looking baby faces in the big bad heels getting heat. And he just loved the tag team the way he just liked it. And he's like, boys, you boys are, we're going to run with this. Y'all are going to be my team. You're going to be my guys. And then we didn't think about when he quit or got fired, and he quit and got fired. So that was the end of that shit.
Right. That's such a shame, because like watching the footage, you guys fucking did a great job in both matches that I saw in 95 with the Smoking Guns and the match with Al Brown and Sonny Rogers. Those two matches were awesome. And you guys got your characters over, you cut great promos. So like, to me, it just was so confusing to me that you guys weren't on TV going forward, but now we know why.
Yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Always in anything in the world, it's what you know, it's who you know. And if the wrong person is not there at the right time, or the right person ain't there at the wrong time, it's over. It's somebody else didn't. You know what I mean? It's just like, because Bill Watts liked us, then this person here probably didn't like us because it wasn't his idea, or what, however the fuck the politics shit works in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sort of moving forward then, so I mean, you kind of explained what happened when you went back on TV until the November of '96 with the Nation. Sort of moving forward, do you have any memories working with Nation of Domination and working with Ron Simmons? And also, how did you actually end up coming back into the company? Let's go back to that opportunity with Cornette.
Yeah, Cornette always liked us. And I guess he was in a position of power where he just, I don't know if he came up with it or who came up with it, said we need 2 rappers to come out with Farouk. I guess PG-13 came up first, and then he called me, and he's like, hey, this is what I need. I need you to write this rap. Here, we're going to send y'all some money. And then me and Jamie went to a bunch of flea markets in Memphis, and we bought all the gold chains, the teeth, and everything, the rings, all that shit. We bought those jackets, and then I don't remember where we got those done at, but I mean, everything that we wore, we actually went and bought. It wasn't, WWE's seamstress or anything. We went and bought all that shit and had it made.
And we put NOD, remember? We put the NOD on it, and they're like, fuck no, it's too close to the NWO. Go put the full words on there, Nation of Domination. So we took them back and got the Nation of Domination put on there.
Yeah. But yeah, then like Jamie said earlier, they flew us up there to record the rap. And I'll tell you the story how they fucked us on that was after they let us go. This was 1997. The internet was not exploded yet and all that kind of stuff. But the WWE CDs that used to come out with everybody's ring music. So when that edition came out, the Nation music did not have me and James'
Grab a charger. My phone's dying. Grab a charger.
All right.
Good work.
So when that version came out, me and Jamie's voice was taken out of it. It was strictly instrumental. come 2008, after the internet is bigger and everything, I found out that the overseas version, maybe you guys' version there, actually had our voices in it. I guess they thought,
really?
Hear it. You know, they didn't know what was going to happen with the internet, I guess. And now I do know that every version except for the United States version had my voice in it. So the reason I say that is because royalties. I wrote that rap, you know, everything. So they kind of got us on that one.
Nah.
Damn, bro, that's fucking bullshit. It's every single time we have someone on the show, Jack, there's always something that the WWF did to fuck someone. You know what I mean?
Fucking Vince, man. Anyway.
So, yeah, Nation of Domination, you're working with Ron Simmons very closely with him. You know, what did you learn most about being connected to Ron Simmons?
Man, you know, the thing is, because we never wrestled, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that time there it was cool, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
we never wrestled. We were just hanging out, honestly. I mean, we'd go up, we'd feed in for a bump or two, do the rap, you know, hanging out afterwards. That's really more what I remember. Just we were just there. I didn't feel like, you know, because I feel like I'm a traditional wrestler. That's what I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
we were not in that you know, in that situation, which was fine. I mean, hell, it was an easy money every Monday night, and, once a month days. But ultimately, me and Jamie wanted to wrestle, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, you know, you guys are hanging out. You're there for TV. You're traveling. Is there much of a party scene going on in the WWF at the time?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It was Summer City. Yeah, everybody was. But that's the thing. See, me and Jamie came in feeling like
Everybody was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going. Well, when we got there, you know, like I fucking knew everybody there from when my dad was the booker for Bill Watts, and half of them were there, and fucking Shawn Michaels, my old man, gave him his first job with Jose Lothario. And so me and Wolfie went in there. I didn't go. I think they wanted us to come in there and act like two new young guys and just shut up and sit down and just play by their rules, but it kind of wasn't like that. Me and Wolfie's like, look, we don't do interviews with this fucking camera telling me what to say. Turn that shit off. I ain't got to fucking read it. I can sell my product. Turn that shit off and tell us what you want us to sell, and we'll sell the shit for you. So, I mean, they were like, oh, these motherfuckers think they're, you know, I don't know what, but we weren't no young pup rookie fucking just should shut up and sit in the corner. They called us. You know, we didn't call them. They fucking called us, and they knew who they were calling. I don't know what they thought was going to happen, but we put our input in, and we thought we said the rappers wouldn't do this way, or they wouldn't do it that way, and that's right. And no, I'm not going to do it like that, because we had to think about when we left that building on Monday night. We were working for WZW, WWF, ECW, Smoky Mountain, and USWA at one time, all in the same week sometimes. So, right. I mean, we had to worry about what our characters were going to be portrayed as on the other fucking shows, more or less. On this WWF show, fuck you and your WWF one day a week, you know? And it really was, it was a make or break situation when we left, because it was one of those he said, she said, yada, yada, and they fucking fucked us out of our money, asked for a paycheck. Oh, half a face Jim Ross, you old half a face fucker. That guy there, he said, fucking coward. He come and said, give me the tickets back. I'm going to upgrade them to first class. Instead of having the balls to say, you two motherfuckers are fired. You know, he fucking little piece of shit come and lied to me and conned me and and fuck you. He took my money, and you ain't taking my money. You half a face fuck. Karma got your goddamn ass, motherfucker. I got a little angry about Jim Ross. Sorry, guys. He just.
That's okay.
When I got to thinking about it again, fucking piece of shit.
I know exactly how you feel.
I got mad. Sorry.
That's all right. I think back to
I
things.
Need to smoke a joint. I got to smoke a fucking doobie, man. I got hot.
That's fine, bro. I think back to things in my past from many years ago, and I still get real pissed off about it. So I feel you. 12th of the 5th, 1997 on Raw. You guys work against the Legion of Doom. I just wanted to know, you know, you guys finally got to wrestle on TV again after all this time. How did that all go down?
Well, that was our firing.
Here they are, right here. I got a honking animal right here with me. You see him? See my little brother, my beat 'em up buddies, honking animal right here. They stay with me every day. I love the Road Warriors. He said, well, Wolfie, well, what a rush.
No, and you know the thing was, though, we became really cool with them. And we actually walked out because, as Jamie was saying, we had to kind of think about when we go back, this week to Memphis and the Smoky Mountain, the ECW, they're wanting us to come out here and do a smash job for the Road Warriors. Well, we didn't feel like –
they're the Road Warriors.
Looking back on it right now, it was probably one of the best squash matches ever. I mean, like I said, they even said to us, they said, I wouldn't do it either. And because we packed our shit, we were in our gimmick, but we had our bags and we walked the fuck out of the building, told them we wasn't doing it. Not the Road Warriors. Well, we did go to them and said, hey.
Shawn Michaels came out.
And so we walked out, we got to the car, and here comes Shawn Michaels and Ross, and please come back in and do business, please, blah 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 blah. So we ended up going back in.
Shawn Michaels said he would pay us. He said he would make sure we got paid if we came in here and did the job for the next month, because they took 4 fucking tickets from us, a month's worth of pay.
All right.
And the thing was too, it's like I told Jamie, I think that night, I said, who hasn't fucking been squashed by the Road Warriors?
Yeah.
Really? They're the Road Warriors, man. Fuck.
It was an honor to work with them, and like I said, we got to be cool with them. They were my heroes. I think they were Jamie's too, but just we got together. And honestly, I'll tell you a real quick story. That when I tore in 2016 was my last match, April 2016. I tore my tricep tendon off the bone in a match. Well, in that match, I was kind of the booker for this thing. It was the I can't think of that. Arcadian Wrestling out of Tennessee. The lady behind it was a bail bondsman. She had a bunch of money and blah, blah, blah. And Chase Stevens was banging her, and that's how that happened.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So anyway, Animal was on the show. This was after Hawk had passed away. Animal was on the show, and the deal was Smothers and Derek King and somebody else were going to be, getting some heat on me after the match, because my match was against Derek. They're going to get heat on me, then play, rush, here comes Animal. He's supposed to shit can everybody. And I went to him beforehand. I said, man, let's don't just can everybody. I said, shit can too. Put Derek on your shoulders and let me and you do the doomsday. And he looked at me kind of with his head cocked sideways, and he started smiling. He said, I wouldn't do this for just anybody. And I said, hell no, I love you, Joe. And he starts laughing. He said, all right. So in that match, I tore my arm. I mean, ripped my tricep completely off the elbow, and I'm thinking, there's no way I can move.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he runs down, and Joe did the Doomsday Device on Derek King, and that was my last match that I've ever had.
Right. Fucking hell, man. Holy shit.
I thought that.
Over to you, Jack. Let's get into some ECW talk, Jack.
Yeah, man. So you two got to ECW after sort of leaving the WWF, and straight out the gate working with the Eliminators in Perry Saturn and John Cronus, whom you'd already been with in USWA. How did the locker room welcome you guys, and how did you find the initial experience in ECW?
Well, see, Paul Heyman was actually in the WWF the night we were supposed to work with the Road Warriors. We did work with the Road Warriors. But, of course, knowing now what I know, I said to Paulie, look, man, if we do this fucking job for the Road Warriors in 1 minute, do we still got a job in your company? And, of course, he had to say yes, because how the fuck he can't very well say no, and then we walk out, and now that it's Paulie's fault the boys left because, he told them not to do the job. So I understand now, but I wish he'd have pulled me aside and said, hey, motherfucker, don't do this fucking job, man. Because we went from working in the main events with the Eliminators to fucking first and second match against Mikey Whipwreck and Spike Dudley, which I love. I would rather work with Mikey and Spike than fucking Eliminators because they're stiff, man. But the point was we went from the main event to the fucking first and second match, and I was like, fuck yeah, it makes sense. You learn and you grow, but he very well couldn't say don't go do the job for the Road Warriors because he's trying to get in with the WWF too. So I understand now. But at the time, I was like, why didn't this motherfucker just say don't do the fucking job for the Road Warriors? And we wouldn't have done the job. But like Wolfie said, that was the greatest squash match in history. The fucking people don't even really remember that we got beat. They just remember the silly fucking kung fu and the silly no-sell the power driver and all the shit that they did. So really, I mean, it didn't affect us and it didn't really hurt us, but it did when the very next week when we flew into ECW, we went from the main event to the fucking first and second match. And I said, life lesson learned. We should have known, man. Fuck, we should have known.
Yeah.
And do you have sort of any, what was the sort of general attitude towards the locker room working, sort of welcoming you guys? I mean, we already mentioned that you'd already worked with so many of them in USWA, so they're already so familiar with you. Were they welcoming you guys with open arms?
Oh yeah,
man, everybody there was. It was, to me. I don't know if me and Jamie ever spoke about this, but to me, we were brought into an environment, and I'm talking about Memphis wrestling, where I feel like nobody would ever put you over when you came back. You know what I mean? Came back, hey, that was good. That was good. Nobody would ever put you over. ECW was a whole different environment to me of that. The guys were putting each other over as, man, that was good. That was good. I'll never forget. Tommy Dreamer said to me and Jamie said, you know what? Out of everybody that walks to the ring on this card, he said, you two are the only one that actually walk to the ring like real wrestlers. And I thought, damn, but just everybody was very receiving of that. And that environment that we were brought into was nobody puts nobody over because that's your spot that you know what I mean? It was kind of the whole cutthroat thing. Memphis was a whole different environment in the dressing room as opposed to up there. And even like WCW, I'll never forget. I just posted this on my Facebook. There was a match, me, Jamie, and Frog against the Jung Dragons. And we come up with this really cool finish and shit. And when we came back from the ring, I'm telling you, the whole crew, Arn Anderson, DDP, Flair, everybody was standing up, clapping when we walked through the curtain.
Yeah, they were. To me,
like,
yeah. But awesome, you know, the Memphis style wrestling you can take anywhere, but you can't take anywhere wrestling and put it in Memphis. It just don't work, man. And so everywhere me and Wolfie would go, when we work with the Smoking Guns, fucking Bill Watts said, come here, y'all. These fucking guys, y'all are going to have to lay this whole match out. You know, we're working with the WWF World Champs, and we got to fucking teach them. You know, I was like, what the fuck? Everywhere we went, they Jamie Wolfie, y'all get a finish with them over there. They knew that we could put it together and we could make it right, no matter what it was, because we would involve the Memphis comedy kind of slapstick kind of wrestling involved, and you could take that anywhere. We did it in Mexico. We did it in Puerto Rico. We did it everywhere we fucking went. We just did it. It was really good. Sometimes they say we didn't hire you in Mexico to be Mexican. We hired you to be American. What you do what you do. So we danced and we slowed the match down and we stopped and we did shit that the Mexico people never fucking seen, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to know about any stories you guys have on working with Mikey Whipwreck and Spike Dudley, and also working with the Pitbulls.
Them Pitbulls are stiff motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but Mikey and Spike, we worked them a lot. We worked them more than we worked anybody.
Yeah,
great matches, man. I mean, as far as like stories, we didn't really hang out with them afterwards or whatever. But no, I mean, I can say those are some of my favorite matches. They were really good working with us.
Yeah, cool, man. The next question's for Jamie. Me and Jack watched this today, and it was a match that you had with Chris Candido, and there was this infamous promo that you cut before the match in New York about Francine and the triple threat.
Three fingers, baby. These three fingers going Francine's ass.
And then, like, the fat dude in the crowd flashed his ass at you.
Yeah, he fucking mooned me, man. And listen, I was speechless. The fucking guy mooned me. I never seen that. I was from Memphis, bro. I was like, well, you fucking win, brother. Hats off to you. You win, man. Fuck.
I was wondering if that's what the case was, because when I watched it back, you were in the middle of your promo and you just stopped when he did it, and the crowd popped for what he did. It was amazing.
Never is Jamie Dundee a loss for words, but I'll be goddamned at that moment right there. I thought, this motherfucker has won. You win, my friend. You win, sir. And what the fuck else are you going to say? I mean, it was great. The people thought it was. I shouldn't even had to wrestle. I should have just had to go back and get paid, because we couldn't even. The match didn't even fucking overtop the fat guy mooning me, man. That was fucking great.
Yeah, it was great. What did Francine think about what you had to say about the triple threat?
Well, that company's supposed to be hardcore, man. But even Jamie Dundee was a little too hardcore for that fucking company, bro.
Sure.
They had a guy in a wheelchair one time, and I said, "What the fuck you doing here, Superman?" I said, "Get up and fly, motherfucker. Get up and fly." They're like, "Oh, hold on, Dundee. That's just a little too much, man." I said, "I thought y'all were extreme, brother." And, yeah, they had a black guy with a white girl, and I did the OJ on him. I said, "Goddamn, girl, didn't you fucking see the OJ trial? What the fuck's wrong with you, girl?" And they were like, "No, Dundee, that's a little too much." And I'm like, "Well, fuck, we're just having fun."
Oh, God.
So what's the party scene like in ECW? We've had a few of the ECW guys on. You know, it must be pretty fun at the Holiday Inn after the shows.
Was everything you're thinking it was, and a little bit more.
Yeah. You just didn't have to hide it there.
No. I think the saying was, you got to snort one, eat one, shoot one, or smoke one, but you're going to do one before you go to the fucking ring.
Jesus fucking Christ. I love it.
I remember the story of Sandman dropping 2 tabs of acid before he had a Stairway to Hell match with Sabu, and it was a fucking incredible match. These bumps Sandman was taking, I think he got knocked out like 5
I
times.
remember the whole fucking crew taking acid, and it was when the goddamn Taco Bell commercial was, "Here, lizard, lizard, lizard," and New Jack is under the fucking ring, and he's going, "Here, lizard, lizard, lizard," on the microphone, and fucking I'm tripping balls in the ring, and Jack Victory, I'm like, "Stay with me, Jack. Oh, just cover me up or something. I don't want nobody to see me."
Fucking hell.
That's legendary.
Over to you, Jack.
So you guys wrestled Heatwave 1997 against Mikey Whipwreck and Spike again, followed by matches with the Dudley Boys at Hardcore Heaven in 97. Tell us about your experiences working Bubba and Devon. Fucking legendary tag team, man.
I fucking hated that.
I remember kissing Jenna Jameson. Kissing Jenna Jameson, and I thought, damn, that tastes like dick.
That was the only good part of that match. They came to us, and Jamie, you remember this. They came to us. We had been the whole time we worked for ECW. Then you're going to put us on pay-per-view against the Dudleys and tell us we're the baby faces. And you want the Dudleys to do the fucking Memphis spots that we did. It did not make sense to me. It was stupid. I mean, we on pay-per-view doing the fucking pump handle spot with the fucking Dudleys doing it. No. I hated that fucking match. I hated the way they were.
We did the tippy toe. We did all the Tennessee spots, but we reversed them, and we were the fucking baby faces, and it didn't go well.
I hated it. I felt like it was, honestly, a sabotage, and I'm not sure where it came from, but I feel like that was intentional to not let us be on pay-per-view and do our shit and look as good as me and Jamie are capable of looking.
Yeah.
Right, man.
Yeah.
So
because we would have stole the show, because of the goddamn the kiss spot stole the show. I think in that match it was the greatest part of it, and the fucking cameraman didn't even get it on film. So.
Oh, fucking camera guys, eh? So it's that kind of surprises me. So do you guys kind of feel like the glove just didn't fit in the end? Because I mean, to us, it seems like you guys would be the perfect fit for ECW.
But I think it was because of the job on the WWF. They had to change the direction, because we started with the fucking Eliminators, and we were going to show footage from Memphis where the Eliminators never beat PG-13. They beat all the other fucking teams, but they never beat us. So we were going to intertwine the footage. I was going to bring the tape with the footage, and I believe the WWF squash job, or whatever they want to call it, against the Road Warriors. When we went back in, we were first to second match, and it was just like. And honestly, if you ask me, every one of their fucking matches were the exact same. It didn't matter who was in it. And we added something different to it. And honestly, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. It's a jealousy thing. And it ain't what you know, it's who you know. And I just honestly believe that they were like, you know, I believe they just kept us down. And I believe they did it on purpose because they knew if they didn't, we was going to steal their fucking show, really.
Yeah, it sounds
I might be biased. I might be a little bit biased. But, you know, I love me. I got a camper full of fucking pictures of me and Wolf. It's called the I Love Jamie camper. I love it. It's all my wrestling shit. It's just me and my buddies. I sit out here and watch videos of me and Wolf naked in my beanbag chair eating Cheetos trying to lick all the fucking orange spots. But me and Wolfie were no doubt one of the most underrated tag teams in the history of fucking wrestling. And there was nobody we couldn't work with and make them look good. And that's the trick of wrestling. Rey Mysterio could only look as good as he did because the other guy made him look that fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Not saying nothing for Ray Ray. Ray Ray's one of the greatest. I'm a mark for Ray Ray. But Ray Ray can only look that good because the other motherfucker's there on time to make him look that good, you know? And me and Wolfie could work with a fucking broomstick, man. We could work with a set of broomsticks and fucking make them look good, I promise. We're going to beat them, but we're going to make them look good before we do.
Yeah, 100%. And I agree. Definitely one of the most underrated tag teams of all time.
So you guys resurfaced late 99 in WCW. How'd that come about, and who sort of put you guys in touch and brought you in?
Jeff Jarrett.
Go ahead, Wolfie.
Yeah,
We're
Jeff
working
Jarrett.
for Wolfie's dad. Remember working security for your dad? I said, well, guard Jeff. And we went to the guard Jeff and got a job that Monday.
But Jeff had always been helpful to me and Jamie. He was when we got our break in Memphis, we were working a show in Kentucky.
Beaver Dam, Kentucky.
Yeah, and Jeff was there. And Jamie knew Jeff, obviously, and said, hey, man, film this match for us and take it to your dad. And Jeff literally held the old VHS camera on his shoulder.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And filmed the match. We were working Brick House and Pistol Pez, I think it was. And Jeff filmed it, took it to his dad. His dad liked it. He told us to come to the mansion, which was the office and his house. And the first time we went to Jerry Jarrett's, he was sick and he blew us off.
Yeah, blew us off.
The second time we went, he was there. He was still sick though. And Jamie said, Wolfie, if we can make him laugh, we got a job. And so we go and he said, well, let me see it. He said, I've been hearing about this gimmick. Let me see it. So we went in the bathroom, we changed our clothes, come out with that hubcap around our neck, and Jerry Jarrett started laughing. That's how we got
he said, what is that? He said, what the hell's that? We said, that's the finish. He said, oh, I like that. I said, yeah, I was looking at Wolf. Yeah, we gonna get a job. And then, you know, we were young buck kids. We wanted to hurry up and start. And he said, we're going to make videos. We're going to make 4 weeks of rap videos, man. And me and Wolfie's like, fuck, we want to go to work, man. But the rap videos really were good shit because by the time we hit Memphis, and people was already behind us, man. They was already, hey, oh, they was already with the fucking theme song and everything. So it was good shit. So that's why Jerry Jarrett was Jerry Jarrett, you know.
Awesome. There's the 21st of December, 99. It's your in-ring debut in WCW on Thunder against Mike Rotunda and Rick Steiner. I know Rick Steiner is notorious for being a little stiff. How did the debut go, and how did you feel about it?
I don't think we didn't go well at all.
The only thing I really remember about that match, though, is Rick put Jamie on the top rope and was going to back him off. And Jamie hung on to that motherfucker like he wasn't going, man.
Yeah. But here, the spot was supposed to be, he's going to put me on the fucking top rope, and he's going to shoot me off to the side, and I'm on a nut shot on the top rope. But I forgot, and I thought he was setting me up for a fucking belly to back off the top, and I didn't want to take that. So I'm holding that fucking turnbuckle. He said, go. I said, He said, God damn it, Jamie, go. I go, no, fuck no. He said, God damn it, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? He punched me in the fucking ribs, and he threw me over the side, and I missed the top rope, and I fucking land in the ring, and he comes down, and he goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I go, I'm good now. They weren't happy because they were going to have to put us over in this Lethal Lottery Bowl. And they just, we were so little, and then they're Mike Rotunda and fucking Rick Steiner, and they got fucking Kevin Sullivan in the corner, and they're not happy that they got to put us over, first of all. So I thought, oh no, this motherfucker's putting me on the top rope to give me a belly to back because he's mad at, fuck no, he's not going to take it out on me. And I just held, it wasn't like, he wanted me to go. I was going to go because he's fucking Rick Steiner. But I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do this. No, fuck no. And then I fucked the spot all up, and we got in the dressing room. He's like, what the fuck was that? I go, man, I forgot what you was going to do, brother, and I thought I was going to get a belly to back, and I'm not man enough to take that. So he's like, oh, damn, Jamie. But they weren't happy about it at all because they had to put us over to move on to the next fucking round to work with DDP by himself.
Right. I also had in my notes that you guys work with, and I've seen this recently, working with Nash and Scott Steiner on Nitro. I believe this is your first Nitro match that you guys had. I think the match only lasted 15 seconds or something. What's going on here? That was the second
round of the Lottery Bowl. Yeah, that was the second round, but it was DDP and no partner, and he comes to the ring and gives us both the fucking diamond cutter, yada yada, and then they come down and I think he gets disqualified is what it is. They disqualify DDP, so we go to the next round, but we're already out from the diamond cutter, so they just come down and spray paint us and then put their feet on us 1, 2, 3, So gotcha. really we advanced all the way to the finals in the fucking bowl, but didn't work out well for us in the end.
You remember too, they wanted to spray paint our shorts and shit, and we were like, fuck no, we're not making the money you motherfuckers are making. This is the only pair of fucking shorts you got, and you're not
the motherfuckers, and then they cost $25 to make some more, and we don't fucking want to spend it on fucking shorts.
Over to you, Jack.
It doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me that, a company would hire, you guys, but never give you a pinfall victory. So according to Carl's and our research, you guys never picked up a single pinfall victory in WCW while you were there. So what was the point in hiring you guys in the first place if there was nothing really to be done with you? And, it's not like you guys were an unknown tag team either.
To make everybody else look good. That's what, when they say, it's almost an insult in the wrestling business when somebody tells you you're a good hand. I that a lot, especially at WCW. And, the time period when we were there, that company was in the shitter anyway. Russo.
They had Russo back, and they had fucking, what's his name? The fucking blonde-haired, gray-haired dude, whatever, that killed the wrestling business, whatever the fuck his name is. They had both of them. Remember, they were fighting, and they really didn't know who was going, and we were in there with Jarrett. So if you're in there with Jarrett, then that means you're on fucking Russo's team. And so it was one of the wrong time, man. And it was really just Jeff Jarrett gave us a job because we were making $10 an hour working for a security company for Wolfie's stepdad, and Jeff Jarrett was coming to Nashville to sell fucking advance tickets for WCW, and me and Wolfie said, let us guard him. Somebody's got to guard him. They had to send 2 guys. So me and Wolfie dressed up in our security outfits and went to the limo and opened the fucking door and welcome, Mr. Jarrett. And he said, what the fuck are y'all doing? We said, we're making $10 an hour. Follow me, sir. And we walked into the fucking building, and by the end of the show, he had us booked, and we were starting on the very next fucking Nitro. But it was wrong time, man. It was, if Jeff's side would have took off, we would have took off, baby.
Yeah. I could totally see that if maybe if Russo wasn't, sent home, or he didn't go home after those first 3 months he was running things because of all the politics, then perhaps PG-13's run wouldn't have been disrupted when someone else was now given the book in January of 2000.
Eric Bischoff fucking his side, or whatever you want to call it, just like in the 70s when the Jarretts and Lawler stole fucking USWA from Nick Goulas. If you didn't make the right decision then, your career was done. Bill Dundee happened to go with Lawler and Jarrett, and it worked for him. But if he would have chose fucking to go with Jackie Fargo and Nick Goulas and not Lawler and Jarrett, he would have fucking went back home to Australia because it was the wrong move to make. And me and Wolfie went in with Jeff, so we were considered part of Jeff's Tennessee boys, yada, yada. So when Eric Bischoff took back over, we were done. When they got rid of Jeff and everybody, they got rid of everybody he brought in or he knew too. So we just happened to be on that side of the train.
Yeah.
And it sort of brings us to our next point then. So how are you two feeling about sort of life and sort of wrestling as a whole, being a career moving forward? As your run with WCW was winding down, you've already been with all big three companies at this point, and it didn't seem like you guys were the perfect fit in the end for each of those companies. So how were you guys sort of feeling, and what was next on the cards for PG-13?
Well, I mean, I was going in and out of jail. I was fucking on crack cocaine. I mean, I was blowing up. I was killing my own career, if not myself, at the same time, because that's what happens when you get in a fucking entertainment business, no matter what it is. Once you go to the top, there's nowhere to go but fucking down. And nobody ever thinks about that. Everybody thinks about, I can't wait to, if I chase my dream and be the greatest rock star or the greatest wrestler or the greatest. Yeah, but nobody ever thinks about when it's over. And when it's over, that's what a lot of men can't handle, bro. It's hard to go from WrestleMania to a fucking jail cell and then working at Walmart. It's fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
But life goes on after the wrestling business. But that's why most wrestlers died before they were fucking 40 ODing in a hotel, because their run had ended and they thought it was the end of their world. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a tragic fucking story, but we hear it over and over and over and over and over again. It's hard to fall from grace, bro. It's all good and fun chasing that dream, and when you catch it and you get to the top, but nobody ever thinks about what happens after you're at the top. Well, there's nowhere to go but fucking down, and that's hard to grasp, man. It's a lot of people can't handle it, bro. They're a sin against their own talent. They just can't handle me, myself included. But lucky for me, I said fuck the wrestling business, and I burned every bridge and cussed every fucking promoter and no-showed everybody like George Jones, and fuck them. I'm out of the wrestling business. Wrestling, I hate it. I hate everything about it now. I hate the way it is. I hate the people in it. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it, man.
I totally feel you, man. I do not enjoy any wrestling company going today or what's going on. It's not what it once was. So while Jamie's going through this period after WCW, I wanted to get to you, Wolfie, and talk to you about reinventing yourself. You bulk up a shitload to the point where I didn't even realize that you were Slash from TNA. And I had no idea that Wolfie D and Slash were the same person until a few months ago when I was like reading up on you. And I'm like, holy shit, that was him? That guy was fucking jacked.
That wasn't him. That was Slash. That was a crazy fucking dude, bro.
So
that dude was nuts, man. That motherfucker was really Slash, bro.
So Wolfie, what led you to bulking up? You going to OVW? What led to this massive change?
Steroids.
That too. But no, man, it's like, I swear to God, I was at a show. I want to say Mississippi or something. It was a USWA show. I was by myself, Jamie, with table, and I had my pictures and my hubcap on the table as normal. And the kid comes up and he goes, "What is that?" And I pointed at my hubcap. I said, "It's a hubcap." He didn't know what I honestly started thinking, you know what? This fucking gimmick is becoming obsolete. Kids don't even know what the fuck this is. And honestly, it really has turned to that where, you don't see hubcaps unless they're plastic. So I thought about that, and then the whole John Cena thing was going on. And regardless of who was first, who came up with it first, he had that national exposure that made us look like we were impersonating him to these little kids. We were John wannabes, and I just thought to myself, I got to do something different. Not to mention, when we were younger, we looked the part. I started feeling like, fuck, I don't even look the part anymore for this gimmick. And so then I just came up with the whole Slash thing. I called Cornette, and
you had a wreck. Didn't you have a car wreck that fucked you up? And that's what started the whole thing, wasn't it?
Well, I was ejected. Yeah. I got ejected out of a car and all this kind of stuff. And the people legit thought that that's what was wrong with my eye, is why I had the cut and the white eye and all that shit. So they did kind of buy that for a minute. But then I called Cornette, and I went up there, and he made great use of me and this other douche that I'll not say his name.
Worth mentioning.
Yeah. But anyway, and then that actually got me to TNA. Jeff saw it, and then that's when I got a good run at TNA with Brian Lee as tag team champions. And I think that some of my best shit was in TNA. But again, at the end of that,
thanks, wow, thanks, man.
No, love that gimmick. I did. And the thing was, though, another Vince Russo he got to TNA, and then suddenly. Me and Brian were heels, and then the crowd started loving us, chanting evil and shit all the time. Brian fucked off. Then they put Flash in there with me. They put Sin in there with me. They put Crowbar in there with me. But kind of like me and Jamie, me and Brian Lee were good together, and I could not, for the life of me, create what me and Brian had, just as if I'll never be able to create what me and Jamie had again. Yeah. And so it just didn't work. And then they try to make us baby faces, and Vince Russo was like, I don't know what to do with you guys. It was that whole, we don't, what's the word they use? The
creative have nothing for you.
Yeah, that type of deal. And so then they let us go. And then, after that, I pretty much just did independent shit. I started a wrestling school in Nashville, and then it was just kind of like, why am I even doing this anymore? Because the way the business has changed, if you're not with one of the big, 2 or 3 or whatever, you're not going to make no fucking money. You got to struggle to get bookings. It's just
you got to fight the fucking security guards and the fucking marks because they fucking mad at you because Uncle Johnny got punched in the face or some shit. It's fucking terrible, man. Goddamn ridiculous.
But then I found Carson. I would have found that a long time ago.
I found selling weed was really a good fucking marketing strategy. So I sell weed. Anybody needs some weed, hit me up.
If you need a car, call me.
If we're ever up your way, Jamie, we'll definitely indulge.
Definitely look me up. I got it all, man.
Wolfie, I did want to ask another question about TNA before we move on from there. I just want to know what it was like working with Jim Mitchell, because this guy is brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I'd love the chance to talk to him one day because I think he'd scare the shit out of my co-host. What was it like working closely with him?
He's great, man. Like you said, I mean, one of the best promos in the business, man. And me and him we meshed well, and he even told me that a few times. He said, "You're my fucking meal ticket, man," because how they kept putting everybody with me because they knew that I carry him at least a little bit. That I never had the partner, and not taking anything away from the other ones, but sometimes there's just that thing, that X factor that you can't put a finger on, you can't describe it. But in Brian meshed like me and Jamie. Now, was PG-13 better than the Disciples of the New Church? Probably so, but it was very close. Jim knew it. He knew, man. He said, "You're the staple, man. That's why they keep you here." And I still talk to him today. I love Jim to death, man.
Yeah, he's cool, man. So I wanted to. We're getting pretty close to the end here, guys. PG-13 entered Juggalo Championship Wrestling in 2010 and 2012. You guys work a few matches there, I think, with Gangrel, some other guys.
Inferno.
Yeah, so like you two hadn't teamed together for a while. So what was it like getting back in there and doing it again?
It was fun, man, and I tell this story because this is the only place that you could have gotten away with this spot. But me and Kevin Fertig, Azrael, I think is what he worked as in WWE.
Kevin Thorne.
Yeah, and we didn't go to the ring, Jamie. Remember, we didn't go to the ring till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, flashlight wrestling. Wrestling. The fucking Juggalos had flashlights, and if your match sucked, they turned the lights off on you.
Yeah. So me and Kevin are outside the ring, and there's a chick in the front row with no shirt on, tits hanging out everywhere. Right? She's got the face paint on and all that shit. And
her tits are face painted. Remember? She face painted her tits too.
I look at the chick, and I look at the crowd. I take his face and I motorboat him in her boobs, and he's like, something's, you got powder thrown in his face or something. But it was one of the biggest pops that you could not ever do anywhere else but there.
I mean, I thought ECW was a good fit for PG-13, but JCW might be just a little bit more. I spoke to Too Tough Tony only a few weeks ago, and
I love those guys. not. Here's the thing. In WCW, they actually came to us when they were giving ICP their little run or whatever, and they said, we want to put you guys with ICP. And I was like, fuck no, they're not killing my career, because I thought they were the shits, man. I mean, they're smart guys, they're millionaires, but in terms of putting me with you to make you look good, I didn't like them. I didn't want to do it, and I was very vocal about it. And I think Jamie was kind of on the other end of that. I think he did end up, he liked them, and I didn't. And that might have been also why our WCW run was like it was, because I refused to team up with those guys.
Right.
Prima donna, you prima donna motherfucker. That's what somebody would have said.
Well, I mean, it was probably a good idea in the end to not go with that, because ICP were very, in
Terrible.
WCW at least, they were just unreliable. They wouldn't show up, or they were supposed to go to the ring, and they weren't even in, gorilla position or anything to go. So they ended up.
They weren't wrestlers, so they didn't have to. They were fucking rappers, and that's another thing that kind of WCW went with basketball players, fucking baseball players, and damn Drew Carey. I mean, any body could come work for WCW, and didn't even. So I think that's another reason Wolfie's like, fuck no, man, I'm not letting these two fucking. And I mean, the truth's the truth. Their fucking work was god awful. They were fucking terrible. But because me and Wolfie had the rapping gimmick, I think was where the idea came from. Hey, we'll put these two with
Right.
PG-13 and kind of make them like a fucking oddities gimmick. And but I mean, I liked them. I was a fan of, because I was a fan of the entertainment part. I was the entertainment as far as the silly shit. Wolfie was always thinking of wrestling moves and inventing shit and really studying wrestling. Me, I was studying fucking mic work and maybe who I can knock off on the next one, who's got the coke, and I was just all about the fucking party. And Wolfie was honestly trying to make sure PG-13 did this right and did that right. And so I mean, I'm glad he did. He said no, but at the time, I was like, come on, man, fuck. To me, it was job security. We'll work for the ICP and get a fucking little run right here, bro.
Yeah. Jamie, I wanted to bring this up with you because I interviewed Mike Moran, who used to be in the Texas Hangman.
Hey, can
and
somebody bring me a charger?
he told me a story about how the Texas Hangman lost their job in USWA over a situation with Bull Payne. So I wanted to get your side of the story on what happened with Bull Payne in USWA.
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife, bro. And he fucking tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. The chick is fucking, I'm not even going to mention her name, but the people, if they know Bull, they'll know who it is. But my dad ended up marrying the fucking chick like 5 years later. So, I mean, it was just a fucking, I was a 19-year-old kid. This chick was fucking 25 and, giving me everything I need and all the money I want. And of course, she was already a ring rat. So, I mean, I didn't even know that there was a big picture of her kissing Elvis Presley in my fucking living room. And it was my dad. And I never fucking knew it. I thought it was Elvis the whole fucking time. I was like, this chick knows Elvis. And then my mother was actually the one that said, do you know who that fucking chick is? And I'm like, no, who's that chick? And she said, that chick is your daddy's ring rat. And I was like, oh, no, what the fuck? And then Bull Payne came home and really, he ran off with her. And I was so fucking glad. The old saying said, my friend ran off with my wife and I sure miss him.
Oh, gosh. What a nightmare.
The truth of the story is, and Mike was mad as fuck because he knew it cost them their job because, I might have just been a little old manager, but I was still Dundee's boy, and that was still our territory, and that was the end of it, bro. They fucking sent them on their way, man, and I loved working with them guys, man. We rode with them up and down the road. We all caught the crabs. Did he tell you that story?
Yeah. No, he said to mention the crab story.
Yeah, we all caught the crabs. These guys got masks on. They want me to go in and buy the fucking shampoo. I said, fuck no. Y'all wear masks. You go buy the fucking shampoo.
So good.
Fucking hell. So we've only got a couple more to go. Jack, let's get to your final couple questions there.
Yeah, so we just wanted to sort of, we always like asking these questions because, man, wrestling fans are fucking strange. Do you guys have any sort of weird fan interactions that stand out?
What about Beth? Wolfie, we got Beth, the tape lady.
The tape lady. Yes.
Oh, Beth, I still talk to her to this day because our wrestling fans didn't only just be fans. They were fucking – actually, they become members of your family in a sense because you see them every single day. On that fucking day, they're in that same chair. And if they're not there, you know that oh, my God, did they die? I mean, why are they not? Because in the USWA, it was the same town on the same day every Monday, Memphis, Tuesday, Louisville, Wednesday, Evansville, Nashville on Saturday after TV on Saturday morning. And that's where we did every day of our life for fucking 20 years straight. And so the fans become friends of yours, I guess, family members, because you roll into town, you go to their house, you eat, they give you gas money. They take care of you, and then you don't see them for another week. So I guess all of our fans, or all of my fans, I guess, or whatever you want to call them, I still love them and talk to them today, a lot of them.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's awesome.
We wanted to know, do you have any regrets from your time in professional wrestling?
I think we could have did a few things better as far as our out of ring activities that probably cost us a few things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all about politics. It goes back to anything.
It does.
Look, me and Wolfie made it to the WWF, and we literally quit smoking pot. I quit smoking pot for 30 days, and I tried to do the right thing, and we roll up in this fucking place, and they are popping pills and fucking snorting and hell raising, and everybody's fucking partying, and we're like, what the fuck did we just quit for then? And it's all about politics. You're supposed to show up and just shut up and be a new boy or whatever, and that wasn't us. We were fucking done. We done drew money in Memphis, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
Believe me, my daddy gave them guys their first job. It's a lot to do with politics, man. It's honestly, it ain't what you know, it's who you know, and if you make the right decision. Because in life, you always got to make the fucking, you're going to go left or you're going to go right. And if you make the wrong one, it's just fucking over for you, man.
Yeah. So we have one final segment to get to, which is just a bunch of quick fire questions to get to know about you both a little bit more. But there's one final question before I get there. And this might be the most hippie fucking question I'm going to ask, the most soppy one, but I had to ask it. What do you both mean to one another?
I love you, man.
We've had our ups and downs, but honestly, even though, like, and he'll tell you, we just don't talk that much anymore. And but there's one thing that that can never be taken away is we made it to the top with each other. I appreciate everything that he's ever done for me, as far as in the ring. Hell, we've cried together. We've had the best of times together. Almost makes me want to cry right now.
It makes me want to cry too. Shut up before you cry. I'm gonna cry, motherfucker.
But I mean, when you pursued your childhood dream, I mean, I've said this before. I quit school to be a wrestler. Once I found out wrestling, I quit school and I started wrestling all the time. I met him, and we went to the top together. I love him like a brother, man.
Yeah, man. I love Wolfie probably more than you would love a brother, because I mean, there's so much that we've done together, good and bad, and like you said, man, the rest of it is just such a tragedy end at the end for most people, man. And I just hope Wolfie the rest of his life is just happy, and fuck this wrestling business, man. I like to talk about it, but it just hurts me, man. It makes me sad, and I just love you, Wolf.
I love you too, man. Now, there was definitely, there was just you said the hippie sappy. This is kind of sappy too, but there was just some kind of magic that me and Jamie had together. I mean, if it was just a look, I could look at him and he knew what I was thinking in the ring, and you can't pull that off with everybody. You just can't. There was something that me and him had together. We both fed off of each other's negatives as well as each other's positive. I feel like he made me better in certain areas, and I made him better in certain areas.
And it was like even if we fucked up, nobody could tell, because we were so good together. We could cover the other one, if that makes any sense. It was just even fucked up spots or fucked up things or whatever. It still looked great because I don't know. The Rock and Roll Express has got it. I mean, the Midnight Express had it. There's not, you know, you can't just put two people together and say you're going to be a fucking tag team. It don't work.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Absolutely. You got to be brothers. You got to be tight just like this to make it work and know what each other's thinking, as you're both saying. So, and I feel proud to, you know, I've heard both of you just talk so candidly about one another. It means a lot for our show for you guys to do that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
So the last segment on the show is a fun segment. It's 10 quick fire questions, guys. It's just to learn a little bit about you and the other things that you like in life. There's a couple wrestling related ones, but most of them are just random shit. So here we go. 5-second frenzy. Wolfie D, JC Ice, Jamie Dundee. Your favorite wrestler?
Jamie Dundee.
Randy Savage.
Your favorite opponent?
Oh, man.
Rock and Roll Express in the Louisville Gardens.
But see, here's the thing. When people ask me that, it's such
it's
a
so hard.
broad question because I've had great matches with other people that didn't draw money. I've had great matches with them that did draw money. So there's many favorite opponents, but for different reasons. If that makes sense.
WrestleMania 13 because it's WrestleMania. The Job against the Road Warriors because they're the Road Warriors. The Rock and Roll Express in the Louisville Gardens when they pass the torch. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
I could keep on. Yeah. I mean, definitely. But to me, the Rock and Roll Express passing the torch to me and Wolfie beats even WrestleMania for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Favorite TV show?
Right now, I'm into The Mandalorian.
Excellent.
I'm into fucking Family Guy and South Park, and I'm a pot smoker. You know, I'm into all that kind of shit.
Classic.
Yeah, I love that shit too, man. Favorite film?
Mine, The Last Castle, because I played in it.
What was that? Sorry, Jamie?
Terminator.
The Last Castle because I was in that movie. Me and Tracy Smothers. Whoopi and them tried out, but they wouldn't cut their hair. Me, I didn't give a fuck. Me and Tracy shaved our heads and rolled up in there, and we wanted to be fucking movie stars with Robert Redford. Can I call you Bob, sir? I said.
Favorite musical artist?
Kiss.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go AC/DC because they're from Australia, mate.
Fuck
My new Gene Simmons tattoo.
Oh, awesome, man.
That's awesome.
Massive Kiss fan. My car seat's covered in Kiss Love Gun.
I got to meet Ace Frehley.
Really?
That was at Ace Frehley. I did a show in Nashville at the convention center, and my buddy Ben.
Brian, it wasn't you and Brian Christopher.
Yeah. And I came back from the ring, and Ben, who owns tattoo shops and does all that stuff in Nashville, runs horror conventions. It was his convention that we were wrestling at. Yeah. And so when I came back from the ring, he's like, hey, I got somebody I want you to meet. And he took me in this room, and there was Ace Frehley signing his book and all that shit. It's pretty cool.
Oh, man, that must have been huge. Favorite food?
Damn.
Pussy.
Fucking hell.
Shit. I don't know. I like all kinds of food, man. I got a huge sweet tooth, so that's probably why I got this stomach on me now.
Favorite place to eat in the road?
Waffle House, baby.
At the Y, pussy.
Favorite alcoholic
Waffle
beverage?
House for sure. Waffle House, man, all day long. Waffle
That's
House.
the answer every time.
We get that a lot. Favorite alcoholic beverage?
Vodka.
Vodka? Jamie? Beer?
I haven't drank in 10 years, man. I fucking hate drinking because there's videos of me when I was drinking, and if people could see themselves when they were drinking, they wouldn't fucking drink no more.
Right, fair enough.
I ain't got no drunk stories, Jamie.
Yeah, but I just can't bring myself to drink. I haven't drank in 10 years because of them fucking videos, man. So if people want to sober up, just film your fucking self being an asshole and watch your back when you're sober, and you'll fucking quit.
I'm guessing you're talking about the kayfabe commentaries interview.
That'd be the one.
I think I only got halfway through it and I had to stop watching it. But
Oh man, listen, I've never watched it because me and the Iron Sheik did one like fucking for 2 hours, 2 rooms down, and then somehow I stumbled down there to that guy, and I don't even fucking remember being there, man. So I've never brought myself to watch it. I can't bring myself to watch it fully. I just seen the little inserts. Fuck me, man. That right there, I quit drinking. I promise. Ain't had a drop since that day, man.
Fair enough,
man.
bro.
Fair enough.
The second last one on the list, favorite female body part.
Guess what mine is? The pussy.
I could have guessed.
I'm a butt man.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah. After watching a bit of ECW today, I've been thinking about Francine's butt all day. And the final one, favorite cuss word.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'd say it has to be fuck.
Man, I'll tell you what, Jack, fuck is like number one. It is by insurmountable.
It's like gimmick. You can insert gimmick into any sentence and it makes sense, but so does fuck.
Yeah, you can use it as an adjective, a noun, a verb, a helping verb. You can put it anywhere, however you put it.
You don't
how
know
it comes
what a
out.
helping verb is. Would you shut up? You
I
don't know
do. It's a verb that helps another verb. You were my helping verb.
You don't know what a mollusk is.
A mollusk. Listen, Wolfie answered a question one time at my mother's house on Jeopardy, and the fucking answer was mollusk. And that's a snail. It's a little snail without a shell.
You thought I was the smartest person on the face of the earth when I said mollusk.
My mother said, "Bloody Wolfie's a little smart." I said, "Yeah, he's smart. He knows mollusk."
Sick.
But no, I agree on the word fuck. You hit your toe on the leg of a table. Fuck.
Yeah.
You see,
If you're mad at somebody, if you're mad, it's fuck you. If you're not mad, it's like, holy fuck, Jesus fucking Christ. It's what the fuck.
If it feels really good, fuck.
Yeah. You see Francine in a tight dress in the late 90s, you go, fuck.
Yeah. But if she's in the triple threat, you know what that means.
Now I know. You taught me, bro.
You taught me, bro.
I swear, though, the best part of this whole interview has been Jamie saying helping verb. I can't get that out of my head.
And I know the word
that really,
adjective.
Jamie, that you saying helping verb makes me go, fuck.
Well, let me tell you something. When I was incarcerated while you were being slashed, I got my GED. It's called a JED because it's a jail-educated diploma, but I got that motherfucker, and I studied. They taught me verb and helping verb. Yes.
G is for jail, baby.
Yeah, T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail because a thug can't spell. We love you, Tracy.
Well, I just want to thank you guys, PG-13, for being on the show here today. This has been definitely one of the most fun interviews we've done. I think, Jack, I can speak for you as well. What a great time. Thank you so much for your time, guys. We really appreciate it. And
thank you, brother. Really, I enjoyed it. My pleasure, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Wolfie, I love you, man. And, Jack, I'm going to fly to Australia one day soon. We'll get together.
Fuck yeah, bro. Sounds like a plan.
Awesome, guys. And again, before I sail off to the sunset tonight, even though shit didn't work out because of politics and bullshit, it happens with a lot of guys we spoke to. But in Perth, Western Australia, you got two guys right here that jive with what you guys did in the wrestling business. And, you know, you guys should be proud of what you did because you created something fucking special. You were memorable and one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated tag team in wrestling history.
Man, thank you very much. You know, it means a lot to me to know that somebody fucking cared, bro. You know what I mean? All that blood, sweat, and tears, and somebody fucking cared. That means a lot, bro. Thank you.
No worries, bro. And thanks, guys. And thank you guys for watching the show here on the WZWA Network. I am your host with the most, California Fury, alongside Jack Wallace and PG-13, our new brothers. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Be safe.
You too, guys.